Am I alive right now?
I don't know, are you?
I don't feel like I am. This feels like a dream. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, dude, I had the greatest dream. We recorded the podcast.
We are recording the podcast.
Welcome
Good. Keep going.
to.
Are you sure you're recording? I want to check.
I'm recording.
Okay.
Stop recording? No. Hi, telethoners. I'm Soul, and I accidentally got a little silly goofy because I forgot we were recording.
Okay. Welcome to Telly Talk, where we talk about what's on the telly.
Hey,
And by
I
that-
did the intro, and you just have to say your name.
Okay. I am Tyler, and this month, July, is my month. It's not my birthday month or anything. We just designated it to be movies that...
It's not July.
It's gonna be July. We designated this month for movies that are not
Well,
necessarily...
they're gonna watch it in July.
Yeah. They're not necessarily my...
Well, maybe not, because you can also watch videos in the future.
You're so right. The month that this came out is my month, July. And it's dedicated to me, and the movies...
Why is it your month?
Because next month is your month, and that's just how we did it. They're not necessarily movies that are my favorite movies, but they are movies that fit the kind of vibe that I like. And last week we did Dead Poets Society, I believe. And this week...
That's a boy sissy movie.
Yeah, right.
Gay boys.
Good. So this week I decided to do the movie No Hard Feelings. It came out on Netflix about a year ago, and I picked this movie for my month before I ever even saw it.
Is it a Netflix original? I thought it came out in theaters.
You know what? You are right. It did come out in theaters first. My apologies.
I'm a genius.
You are. No, you're right.
That
Now,
was like, there's no way that this movie
I-
could be a Netflix original. It's
I
way too
knew
good for that.
that I was gonna like this movie before I ever saw it for a couple reasons. I like rom-coms. I wanted a rom-com for my month because I'm a rom-com kind of guy, unlike Soul. But Soul actually liked this movie, so
I
that's
like
cool.
one rom-com, and that's When How I Met Sherry.
Nope. Nope, that was not correct, bud. Do you know what you
I
said?
realized my mistake.
Do you-
I realized my mistake on the last name.
Do you know what you just said out loud?
Yes.
So I like rom-coms. I wanted like a modern rom-com. I like chick flicks. I like those kind of movies, right? And then
You're a
I-
sissy boy.
yeah, but I also like boy movies where it's just boys and it's dramatic. I like dramatic boy
But they're all
movies
gay.
like that take place in the past. I like dramatic historical
And they're
boy
gay.
movies where they're gay. But not obviously gay, just a little bit gay. And I like
Like, they
teenage
definitely
girl
kiss their
movies.
homies goodnight.
yeah, literally. Those are the types of movies that I like, right? And I also like movies where it's like an actor or an actress that I like, and there's not a lot of actors and actresses that I like, but there are a couple, right? And I like Jennifer Lawrence, and she stars in this
I love
movie.
Jennifer
And then
Lawrence.
the boy in this movie, I can't think, Andrew Barth Feldman, I want to say is his name, and he's funny on the internet. I follow him on social media, and he was a very popular guy to play Evan Hansen on Broadway. Like, after the original guy who played Evan Hansen retired because he got old, even though they still they should have cast this guy in the Evan Hansen movie. You know how they made the movie, but they just aged down Ben Platt, even though he's like a 40-year-old man? And
They did not age him down.
yeah, do you know how, remember how bad that was?
Yeah.
At the time, this guy, who's only a couple years older than us, he's a kid, right? Like, he's 21 right now. So at the time, he was probably 18 years old. He was playing Evan Hansen on Broadway at the time. He's a very talented young man. And he was the perfect age to be cast as Evan Hansen in the actual movie that they made. And I am so pissed that they decided to age down a grown-ass man instead of casting this talented guy who is the correct age to play him, who actually is him on Broadway. Anyway, that's my rant. So I saw that there was a rom-com starring two actors that I like coming out, and I was like, dog, this is the perfect movie for me. They made this for me, right? And I actually got a little too excited. I did not like it as much as I had hyped myself up about it. I will say that. But it is a fun movie, and I thought it was good. What should we do a plot summary?
eyeballs are hairy.
Hello? What? Should we do a plot summary? Did you say balls are hairy?
My eyeballs are hairy.
No, they're not. Okay. So this movie...
Here. They're in the walls. They're in the walls.
Okay.
Do you not hear them? They're in the walls.
No one's in your wall, sweetie.
Look at they're up there. They're up there.
No one's up anywhere.
Listen.
You're gonna like scream and die, and I'm not gonna hear from you the rest of the night.
Tip 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 tap tip 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 tap. That's what they're doing in my walls.
Okay.
They've been doing it for 3 hours.
Soul is having a bit of a crisis right now, but we're just gonna power through it. Okay, I'm gonna explain the plot of this movie. They casted the ages of this movie very correctly. Like the girl character was like supposed to be 32, and I think that is like the exact age Jennifer Lawrence was when filming this. And the boy character is supposed to be 19, and that's about the exact age that Andrew was when filming this. So I love like the accurate ages. That's a big thing for me in movies. I like when they cast the correct ages to play them, because I think movies about teenagers hit better when they're actually the teenagers, because it's like, wow, this is happening to a kid, and that's the point. That's one of my only problems with the Hunger Games movies, is that they were not actually like 16 recording it, when that's a little bit of the point. Is like, look how sad this would be if you actually saw someone who was 16 going through this. Anyway, I'm off topic. This movie is about, what are the characters' names? I kind of totally forgot the names of the characters. Do you remember the names?
Maddie and Percy.
Maddie and Percy. Thank you. They don't look like Maddies and Percys. Maybe a little bit.
She looks like a Maddie, but he's not a Percy.
Yeah, so I just know the actors so well, I kind of forgot their movie names. Maddie is like a 32-year-old woman living in Montauk, New York, and it's like a touristy beach town, but she's a native, and she has a house she inherited from her mother that she's lived in her whole life. Her dad's not in the picture, and that's a little bit of the reason why she stayed in that town, because she's hoping her rich dad, who doesn't care about her, will come back for her, right? That line hit hard when Percy was like, that's the real reason you haven't left, right? Like, that was a mic drop moment, wasn't it? All right. Yeah, okay, thank you. And Percy is this 19-year-old going to college. I don't know why he's 19 and entering his freshman year of college. I don't know what's up with the ages there, but it's all right.
He had to be held back a year.
I was gonna say his parents would be the type to hold him back a year in kindergarten, especially considering Percy's personality. He just like he was a kid who would cry in kindergarten every day, so they hold him back a year because he's not emotionally ready. I thought this through as I was watching the movie. I was like, they had him redo kindergarten because he was not emotionally ready to move on to first grade.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is like so canon. I can just feel it in my bones.
He's like.
Stop, that's what I was thinking as I was watching the movie. Don't say that, bleep that out. Percy is a very smart, nice, tender boy, but he is very awkward and socially anxious and not able to do things socially. So his parents put out an ad on Craigslist that is like, I am looking for an early 20s woman to date my son, like just like go see him, fuck him, and if you do that, we will give you a car and it's yours, like a good car. And Maddie really needs a car because hers got like towed because she wasn't paying the taxes on her house, and she needs to Uber to make money to pay off her house.
They really got down.
All right, spit it out.
To like rock bottom.
Yes. It was This movie is kind of one of the themes of this movie is helicopter parents and how that kind of messes up a kid's life. Oh, you're still talking.
They went to. I'm not done with my thought.
Okay.
They went down to rock bottom to find someone, which means they're rich. So when did they start at their like local country club, right? And then they would go to their barbecues every weekend and be like, please, someone's daughter, date my son.
Yeah.
They really went all the way to rock bottom to go to Craigslist. What rich person is going on Craigslist and putting out an ad for their son? Like literally prostitute situation right there.
I mean, they called her a sex worker. They were like, When she got there and was like, I'm gonna fuck your son for a car, they're like, we respect sex workers. And she was like, well, I'm not a sex worker. I just really need a car. Which was, it was funny. But a big theme of this movie was helicopter parents, because Percy makes a point that's like, everything in my life has been like controlled by my parents, and that's kind of a reason why I'm like this. And like, I'm, even the other characters talk about it. They're like, they wrap him in bubble wrap, and that's why he's so unable to exist in society. And then Percy at the end of the movie kind of stands up to them and sets boundaries and is like, you need to let me be an adult, and I'm gonna go in the world and make my own choices, and you need to respect my boundaries. And that was really cool. But basically, Maddie fake dates this kid, but she kind of he kind of falls in love with her, and she grows fond of him. I feel like in like almost like a brotherly way, I guess. Like, she cares about him, right? Like, she wants what's best for him.
She didn't fuck him. Well, no.
No. They almost fucked a bit.
No.
I mean, it's a rom-com, right? So they fucked, but then like he took out his dick and touched it to her thigh, and then he came, and then was like, "Did you come too?" And that line delivery, when he was like, "Did you also come?" was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I don't think I've laughed harder at a movie ever.
Really? I laughed.
Dude, you should watch this while high.
Dude, I should. It wasn't like that funny. It was funny. It's a rom-com. But the movie I laughed hardest at recently was probably Barbie. All the what?
Ew. Who laughs at Barbie?
The first time I saw Barbie in theaters,
only
we've talked
bitches
about
laughed
this.
At Barbie.
All right. The Barbie movie was very funny on the first watch. What were you saying?
Don't distract me. I have one brain cell right now.
No, I understand.
I was watching the movie, and the comedic pauses were like longer because I'm just like, every second is a little too long for me, you know?
You're silly.
And so I was watching it, and the comedic pausing would just be a little longer than it would be normally, and that just made it so much funnier.
There were just so many funny bits. Like, Maddie went to meet him at... Oh, yeah, so the movie ends with, like, Percy finding out about the arranged dating and feeling betrayed, but then he, like... Maddie apologizes, and he forgives her, and then they, like, stay friends.
It was, like, 6 months or something.
It was the end... It was, like, through the summer, so it was probably, like, 2 or 3 months. There were so many funny bits in the movie. Like, when Maddie first orchestrates their meeting, it's at a dog place, and she's making, like, sex jokes, but, like, innuendos about the dogs. Like, can I touch your wiener? And he's holding a wiener dog. And when Maddie's first trying to meet him, she's just kind of, like, trying to make herself come across as appealing as possible. And it's just, like, so desperate and hilarious, and he still isn't getting it. He is not getting any of it at all.
You know what I'm mad about?
What?
They made Maddie this, like, cool surfer girl. She never fucking surfs.
We never see her surf. Like, her whole thing is that at the end of the movie, she goes off to California.
Like, is that a joke?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I just think maybe Jennifer Lawrence didn't know how to surf.
It's hilarious.
Like, at the end of the movie, she goes off to California to, like, pursue her dream of surfing.
It was so bad.
I didn't notice the effects being bad. There's a bit where Percy's trying to stand up for Maddie, so he tries to punch someone, but just misses. Percy just misses and punches Maddie straight in the throat, and that scene just...
with the video in the back of pretending to be the rest of the room, horrible.
Oh, and he just socks her in the throat, and it, like, she, like, loses her voice from it, and that was just such comedy. What else was funny? There are 2 side characters that are, like, married and having a baby together that are Maddie's friends, and the dude's, like, an asshole, and the girl's, like, sassy, and anytime the dude would say, like, there was this whole bit where the dude would say something out of pocket, and she'd be like, just go into the ocean. Just go back to the ocean. He's like, but it's cold. I just got back from the ocean. I'm drinking a beer. And she's like, go to the ocean. And then he just goes into the ocean.
What's his name? The twink?
Percy?
Yeah. He sounded like Kermit.
Yeah, he texted
right
me
when he
like
started
ketamine.
singing.
He's a professional
And
singer.
it
I think
never,
it's funny you
it
say he
sounds
sounds
like
like Kermit.
I was very shocked he could sing.
No, he is a Broadway singer. Like he was Evan Hansen on Broadway.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. But he sounds like Kermit, and from then on in the movie, I thought he was Kermit.
That's so funny.
He also punched that girl, his girlfriend, really weakly.
Yeah,
That made it
that's a
so
little
much
bit the point.
funnier.
That's yeah. Um this movie on the first watch, it was like not what I expected it to be. It was like different humor than I expected. Like it was slightly different humor than most rom-coms have.
This is the best thing I've ever watched.
So I
This
was
is
a
the
little
best
surprised.
rom-com.
I was a little surprised at the
The
humor.
humor was great.
Um but on a second watch, it was actually still funny, and it had nice themes. It's just like it's not a normal rom-com because they don't end up together, obviously, but they end up friends in a very sweet way.
Oh
And
my
they
god,
do
that's
care
why
about each
I
other.
like it.
That probably is why you like it. I didn't like that they were making jokes about
love-
the nanny because he's a man. He's automatically like a pedophile. I didn't like those jokes. That was like one of my only problems with the movie.
Oh, I thought that was hilarious.
No, that's such a bad stereotype.
Well, the whole movie's a joke.
That's true. The jokes that sometimes it was funny because it was like he was like, "What are you trying to do to him?" And she's like, "Same thing as you. I'm trying to date him." And I thought that was the funny part. That was the funny joke.
I
All
love
the other
when
jokes
Steve
about
went to her house and was like, "Okay, you can go ahead. My name's Jody, and I'm a." But that wasn't like a male babysitter thing. It was kind of just like a.
yeah, but the other jokes about him being a male nanny, I thought were not. That was just like a bad stereotype. I didn't like that. I didn't like that her friends didn't like the baby surfboard thing that she made because I thought that was adorable.
I thought it was cute.
I thought it was
I thought it was
so
cute.
I can't
I was like,
believe
that is so sweet.
her friends
That's so
both hated
adorable.
it because they also like surfing, and I thought it was adorable, and I was so upset they didn't like it. This movie I liked her friend who was like a Native American, and she was like, man, these rich because the whole theme of the movie is that rich people move into this touristy area and like push out the natives because the prices go up. That was a very big like classism theme going on in the movie, right? And at the beginning of the movie, she turns to her friend who's
I didn't get any of that.
and that was yeah. That's why she had to like sell her house, and she's like, I can't believe these rich people are moving here and pushing us out. And she turns to her Native American friend and is like, can you believe these people are moving in here and pushing us natives out? You don't know what that feels like. And then she's like, oh wait, yeah you do. I like that she rollerblades everywhere. Her rollerblading up the stairs, and then oh my god, the bit with the dad being named Laird, and she was like, Laird, like lasagna, and he was like, Laird. One syllable. It's a type of word that's kind of one syllable, kind of two syllables. If it's just like a very slight second syllable, barely, and then when she can't say it,
his name is Laird.
when she can't say it, he goes, "Just call me Laird," which is not any different than the whole thing. And then she goes, "I don't think I can." That was so funny, and that's the same time as she's trying to climb upstairs in rollerblades. And this movie is so good. Oh my god, Percy's pepper spraying. Jennifer Lawrence. Also,
Yeah,
Jennifer
with the
Lawrence is
hose.
just like naked in the dark in this movie for a bit. Did you enjoy that?
What?
There's that when they were skinny dipping, but then the people took her clothes, and then she fought them naked on the beach.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was really funny.
Oh, I didn't know if you liked Jennifer Lawrence tits or not.
I'm a respectful person. Why would I ever objectify a woman?
Cause you like tits.
You're so right. They were great rack. Good tits.
Nice job, Jennifer
Good
Lawrence.
ones. Loved it. Good job. You can make them a little bigger though.
Yeah. So this rom-com had like the humor was like dramatic, right? Because for the first half of the movie, you're almost uncomfortable with how much Jennifer Lawrence is throwing herself at Percy, but then that's kind of the point. But it's just like I had to adjust to the humor because I wasn't expecting it. But then it was funny. and it had sweet messages. It tackled ideas of like classism and rich people taking over poor people's. They even have a line that's like, these rich people use us all the time. You should use them and get this car. Bro, the entire movie was about classism. Did you not? It was like they were very literal with
You think I
it.
would understand deep themes
You're so
when I'm
right.
in this state
I
right
just
now?
okay. I just
I'm like
am so
paralyzed
happy
on that couch.
you texted me. Like I love this movie. This is one of the only good rom-coms other than When Harry Met Sally. This is a modern
Yeah,
version of that. It's so dramatic and funny, and it's not cringy. It's really good. And I was like,
Yeah.
wait, you like this? Because I was
I mean,
truly
the
expecting
only
you to hate
cringy
it.
part- the only cringy part was when she went to the house party, but that was supposed to be cringy.
No, that was funny because that is how teenagers act. So when she's like this 30-year-old woman going to a high school house party while the parents are there, and that goes into the helicopter parent bit, right? Because the parents are like, you think we would let him have a house party without us here? But she tries to like get these boys who are recording her off of her back and is like, I bet you guys kiss each other or something. And they're like, whoa, 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 was that an insult? And she's like, yeah. And they're like, well, what's insulting about us being gay? Are you homophobic? Like, why would you do that? And that is exactly how douchey teenagers act. Like, you know when they bully you, but like they're being nice, so that's like they have the deniability? That's what they were doing. You know what I mean?
That was a long sentence.
All right. Anyway, tell me your thoughts about the movie. Do you have any other thoughts?
I have one thought right now.
Tell me. Any thought you have about the movie right now? What was your takeaway?
So I thought that the humor wasn't cringy.
Which surprised me,
I don't know
because
how.
the first time I watched this movie, my thought process was, wow, this is way cringier than I expected. So I think we find different things cringy in movies,
It's
is
like
my idea.
good because it's like a little dark, but like not
I think
dark.
I think the difference is I like normal rom-coms and you think normal rom-coms are cringy, and because this was not a normal rom-com, I was like, oh, this is cringy. But because it wasn't a normal rom-com, you were like, oh, this isn't cringy.
Yeah, I only like two rom-coms. This movie and When Harry Met Sally. I said it right this time.
I'm so proud of
I
you.
was really winging it there.
On the second watch, it was not as cringy, but on the first watch, I think I was just expecting something so... I watched it in January when I was sick with COVID in bed, and I just watched it on my phone. It was better on a TV. It was better on a full TV.
You know where it would be better?
In the theater?
In a
Soul's a
theater.
big theater advocate.
Go watch a movie in a theater. I don't care if it's $18 for one seat. Get in there.
Inside Out 2 was banger. I just saw it over the weekend.
I watched Furiosa like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah?
That was a great movie.
All right.
Great movie.
Back to...
I wasn't finishing my thought.
Okay.
I lost it. No, I haven't. Yeah, I lost it again.
Okay, so
Wait,
back
wait,
to
back.
No Hard Feelings. Who's your favorite character?
So I thought that what were we talking what
No
were we
idea.
talking about before you said we went to the movies?
Dude, I don't have a single clue.
I need to say this. Oh yeah.
Yeah?
My favorite scene in the movie was like when he was I liked when, Oh, I found it. I remember. I like this movie because they didn't end up in the end, and I like romance movies where the couple doesn't end up at the end together. And this is a great example of that, but actually in a better way than the ones that we're going to watch in my month. Okay, I think I'm done.
Okay. Awesome.
You know the luggage scene at
No.
the end where he's trying to get all his
Yes.
luggage out the door? I laughed so fucking hard.
No,
at
that was
scene.
really funny. I liked the dog who was like triggered by the mention of cocaine, and then she adopted the dog at the end. That was really sweet and hilarious. That was an ongoing bit. That like it mattered. Like it came back. It came back like twice, and it was beautiful.
When she was describing him to the boy, I didn't understand it either. And then she showed the dog, and I had the same reaction as he did.
Okay, who is your favorite character?
Maddie. She's a whore. I like
You know
it.
what? Me too. All right, what would you rate this movie out of 5?
5. I don't think I was disappointed once, except for the effects. 4.9.
Wow. I did not ever expect you to rate a movie from my month, especially one of the rom-coms, that highly.
You're gonna rate a movie 5 stars in my month.
Which one?
Iron Claw.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm gonna give this movie 4 stars. I liked it a lot. It was a little outside of my humor zone at times and a little cringy at times. But it was funny and it was good. And I'm shocked at our I can't believe you rated it higher than me. I thought you were gonna hate this movie.
Tomorrow, and I'm gonna hate it.
No, please don't. I wanna enjoy this feeling that you actually loved it. Thank you for listening to our podcast. If you watched all of this and liked it, you should subscribe, because we talk about movies once a week, and we also post other videos where we play games or do tier lists or skits or other things like that. Thank you for hanging out.
Good.
What are they? What?
Rice crackers.
All right.
Crisps. Rice Crips in games. Wholesome. I've actually been in your closet this entire time.
Really?
Yeah. Go look. But the far one, not the one in your room.
Okay.
Bye, babe.